Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. With me this week is Slacker-chan. Say hello to everybody, Slacker-chan.
I like ponies.
Let's try and leave that microphone in the middle of all of this so we can just lean in like this. We're being ghetto and using one microphone. And
You can always edit this part
Okay,
out.
I agree. So, where's my beer?
Right here. It's right here.
It's right there.
The one I didn't open.
This is the one you didn't open!
It's right here.
The one I did open.
You said did it.
You're a dumbass.
I spoke wrong.
Also, did I introduce you or not?
No.
Also with us this week is GameFace. Quit interrupting me and introduce yourself.
I like trains and stuff.
Faggot.
I like pony trains.
Sounds kinky.
That's canon. Anyway.
It's Kinkin?
Kankin.
Wait.
It's a convent. You. Oh.
Here.
Yeah.
Crack
Alex
it
is
before
pouring.
this gets
Alex
old.
is pouring. We'll wait till he's done.
Mine. It's getting warm.
Okay, now crack. Okay, this week we're drinking Extra Gold.
Bunch of crap.
Oh, that was perfect, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that beautiful
that's
sound wave it
perfect.
made. Look at that. That was in sequence.
Cracking beers make very pretty and satisfying looking.
Yeah. It's like a warm splashing sensation in the back
That's
of the
what
throat.
she said. Woo!
No, that's what that originally. I said that way back in the day.
Yeah, that was on an old. That's on an episode so old we did a preview for it on the website.
Yeah.
Not the website. The YouTube channel.
You know which one actually I never listened to that I need to? Is the one where you guys were like talking about Batman for like 30 minutes, and then I showed up with my Batman shirt, opened the door, and go, "I'm Batman."
That was
'Cause,
priceless.
dude, you like I was like, they're gonna be like, "Oh, hey Tim, blah blah." You guys just like literally lost it, and I was like, "What did I do?" I was really
I
confused.
posted, Alex, you'll see this eventually, but I posted a picture on your group earlier. It's just got a picture. It's like Batman and Ozzy staring at each other, and then Ozzy putting this bat in his mouth, and Batman just looks horrified. It's fucking great.
Our Facebook groups are so stupid.
Hey, I make that Facebook group awesome, all by myself.
Hey, my Gamers on the Moon has been a pretty big success.
Mustache.
I'm sorry for being awesome.
I'm actually an administrator on a Facebook group now with 8,000 followers. So that's kind of cool.
What's it called?
It's called
What's
Hail
that?
to Metal.
Oh,
But
that's cool.
yeah, it actually is kind of cool. Like everything I post, like gets at least a few likes. Quite often things I post gets 40 or 50 likes by people, and that's kind of cool.
I was
It's like people appreciate things. I'm like, oh, here, listen to this.
I was expecting you to say something. It was going to be like video game related. That's why I was like, kind of like, oh, like I wasn't like, oh, that's awful. It's just I wasn't expecting you to be like, oh, metal.
Wait.
Three things.
Four
Oh,
things
wait,
you
that's
can-
hard.
4 things you can count on Josh to love, and that's video games, metal,
Baseball.
baseball. That counts. That gets lumped in with baseball when you're a nerd. It's all the same thing, right?
No, I don't think it's fair to actually lump hockey in with a lot of sports because,
Well, hockey and baseball are so
One
drastically
of them
different.
Yeah.
Billy likes,
I mean-
and the other one he doesn't.
well, besides it being so much fast paced. Wait, which one is Billy like?
Hockey. He's a hockey
Okay,
fan.
good. Because
He's a Flyers fan.
If you actually watch it, I've actually spoken to people who like are deep into martial arts, and the other martial arts they like is hockey. Because because it requires a lot of grace and coordination. I know that sounds funny considering all the fights and violence that's involved, but
It really does. I mean,
like you move so fast, you're on something that really is hard to control. Like there are no breaks. Like it's all a matter of momentum and being
that's a good
redirected.
any hockey
And it requires
player,
a lot of coordination and teamwork.
any hockey player that gets paid for it on any level at all is extremely skilled. And the people who make it to the NHL, even the people who don't do much on a yearly basis because they quote unquote suck, even those are like way skilled, especially on skates.
And it's actually a shame because it's like it was actually in America at the very least. Hockey is like the 37th most like 30 and
Don't say sport.
37th in as far as popularity.
37th sport?
Yeah, like
How many
the
sports
most-
are there?
Exactly.
Are like
Remember,
7?
No, Conan did this.
It's
He's
ridiculous,
Like,
like-
revealed this, and he just showed the list, and it was insane. I think like freaking ping pong was above it. It's like, and that's why I'm like, I
doesn't
hate.
make sense.
That's why I go like, I hate like no, seriously, badminton was above it. Like that's
Well, I
why.
actually know hockey fans.
That's why I get so.
I don't know badminton fans.
That's why I get so jaded at being
Well, that's
being an
the-
American because of stuff like that. It's like America. We don't like hockey. Why not? It's
There are pockets of the United States that like hockey
Yeah,
a
that-
lot,
I know.
and Pennsylvania happens to be one of them.
yeah.
I mean, we got 2 teams here,
2 teams!
and then even the Bears will sell out every game here. The Hershey Bears, but Detroit's another really big one. Detroit sells out every single fucking game, no matter how good or bad they are.
Which makes me wonder, how did the Mighty Ducks do so well?
The movie?
Yeah, the movie.
Disney.
Disney. Yeah, there you go.
I watched
Well,
that
people
movie as
will
a kid.
watch
I
it
liked
just-
I still don't know a damn thing about
Actually,
hockey.
I
People will watch
I know
movies
stuff
just
about
because Disney made them. You know?
Well, no, actually, what was awesome, actually, about, like, it wasn't just the first one, but all the movies were good ones, because not, like, realistically, as a team, you're not always going to keep the same members, but they did still have some of the same members all until the last movie, and it progressed from a team that was just a bunch of kids to eventually,
Being in
they
like junior
were-
World Cups and
when it-
then being in college.
and then finally, like the last one, they went to the Olympics. Which, of course, by that point, all the like original actors / players were mostly gone, but some of the originals were still there, were the ones that had come in the other movies, and and like literally, like they excused it with, well, they're moving up in the world, and they gotta get more talented players, and some of them admit is like, yeah, this is fun and all, and I'm awesome, but I'm not, Olympic material, etc. So, which was awesome because I remember, like, throughout the last movie, they actually were the USA team. They wore the USA jersey throughout the entire movie until the final for the actual gold medal.
Well, it's
They
nothing
put
in
on the Mighty
comparison.
Duck uniform, which was freaking awesome.
Yeah, well, that was nothing in comparison to. Have you seen Miracle?
Yes, I have seen that.
That's a good movie.
Yes, it
That's
is.
a really good
Well,
movie.
that's also based on
Hockey fan or
reality.
not, hockey fan or not, that's an awesome
It
movie.
was a good
And
movie.
I'm just gonna
Kurt Russell is
crap all
very
over-
good in it.
I'm not going to crap all over the discussion here, but have you ever seen the Mighty Ducks cartoon?
Oh my god!
I
That
have
was-
not even seen that.
I saw.
I've
part
seen
of-
episodes of
No,
it.
it was insane.
commercials
They had to-
from it.
They had to do like anthropomorphic ducks that were traveling between worlds and dimensions, and it was like, what?
I saw commercials for it, and I was like,
What?
Yeah, it's such a weird concept.
It
But
was.
Disney has a history of
Kinda like
taking
Tailspin.
things. Yeah, Tailspin's a fucking weird
Tailspin-
concept.
but it was good.
Yeah. Well, no, what they
And
did was
DuckTales was a weird fucking concept.
Not as weird as Tailspin.
Not as weird as Tailspin.
Tailspin was weird because it took like love.
Jungle Book.
Well, no, it took love characters and like put them in a completely different world and situation. It was like, what?
You know what else did that and was also awesome was Darkwing Duck.
Wait,
Launchpad was in it.
great quote. From,
Oh, was it
wait.
from DuckTales?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's right.
Launchpad McQuack. He was he was Mr. D's pilot.
To quote a really good
Mr.
quote
McD. Sorry.
from Tailspin. What? A piano? Anyway,
Keep forgetting.
Yeah, like that was, but like Darkwing Duck was a spin-off of Tailspin.
But it was only with one character. Everything else was original.
wait, Darkwing Duck was a spin-off of
Yeah.
Spin?
No,
You remember
no.
his,
So that's what you
or
said.
not Tailspin, DuckTales.
Okay.
It was a spin-off of DuckTales. Sorry.
Yeah, DuckTales wasn't it just a comedy about Scrooge McDuck and his nephews?
Basically,
Really?
but
Yeah,
it was a
that
good
the
show
one-
though,
That was the one that.
and it had the catchiest theme song ever.
Yes. Oh my God.
I had never in my
That was
freaking
so
life
awful.
actually sang along.
DuckTales.
had never in my freaking life actually found myself singing the DuckTales theme until SGC when they unveiled the new DuckTales game.
Oh, that was so cool, though.
I was standing up in the aisles like it was like a Baptist church.
It really was. It was the entire fucking crowd. Every single person. And there was like 1,000 people in that room. Every single one. DuckTales. Woo!
You've been to a lot of
I
cons.
think-
You've been to at least a few cons. I have been to way more cons than both of you. And SGC in Dallas had the most energy. It was not a really big con, but it had the most energy of any con I've ever been to.
I don't know. I still think it's a lot of energy and pretty scary when you have like 2,000 bronies in a room all pumping their fists in the air screaming, crush, kill, destroy, swag, crush, kill, destroy, swag.
Yeah, it was that
But-
kind of thing.
That's insane.
But dude, I know you didn't stay up for it, but the entire thing of Mario Party After Dark is ridiculous. Like
I stayed up long enough to yell, Wombo Combo!
Mario Party After Dark, it's like they take competing in Mario Party way too fucking seriously, and the crowd really gets into it.
I think
So
my
then, like,
problem was I didn't know anything about the guys who were playing, so I needed someone to root for, and I couldn't decide. And I'd pick someone to root for, and then they'd end up getting like destroyed. And I was like, no,
Because
because I don't know the Screw Attack crew.
Yeah, well, I've been following Screw Attack since before I even met you, so
Oh.
like 5 years.
Real quick, and you can cut this out if
But
you feel
drugs,
if you feel it's necessary. But do you still have an original PlayStation
Unfortunately, unless Alex has it,
or a
no. I
PlayStation
don't think.
2?
There's a PlayStation 2 over there that works.
Okay, do you have the original Metal Gear Solid?
oh my gosh, Metal
It will work on the PlayStation
Yeah,
3,
it-
Tim.
Oh, it will?
Yes, it will.
Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a Let's Play series called Martha and Whirl Let's Play. And it's me and Schaefer.
Oh, you want to borrow
Mainly-
my capture device?
Well, I was going to say what we should do. We should come over here since you already have the microphone, you have the capture device, and you have the game. We should come over here with the mic. Him and me sit down, and Schaefer will play, and the whole time, of course, we'll talk, and basically be us verbally yelling, abusing, and yelling at each other while he's trying to beat Metal Gear, which he eventually will, but he will be horrible at it the entire time.
We have to do
It'll
this.
be- yes.
If we can get him enough, that
We
is.
have to kidnap him to get it done. But, yeah,
We can do that. I mean, we've got all the tools.
great. We have all the jewels. Damn right we have all the jewels.
But-
we have to. Wait, what's that from?
Jewels, family jewels,
Oh,
man.
hang on a second.
Announcing to the world, Digital Delirium now has a capture device. It's a cheap capture device, but it's a capture device, and will do anything that wasn't originally designed for HD. Because if it was designed for HD, it's going to look like ass coming out of this thing because it won't be in HD.
Do you guys have a lot of bugs in here?
No, I spray that on my legs when I go for walks and stuff like that. Otherwise, I mean, look at all these fucking bites.
There you go.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But they
Man,
mosquitoes and shit see white meat and they go nom nom. You know?
No,
Just like the
yeah,
sun.
I know. I actually love the outdoors, except for the one thing is insects. Like they want to devour me, and it's like, oh, this is like I just immediately
Itch and
my
drives
mind
you
goes-
nuts.
My mind goes, this is why I need to go back to Ireland, where there's nothing that lives except for potatoes and beer.
Beer lives.
Just don't go to Australia because everything there wants to kill you except for volcanoes because they don't have any active
No,
volcanoes.
seriously, Australia, like I've seen documentaries talking about like the poisonous stuff. They're like, you can live in the biggest city, Sydney, where you have an amazing house that could be airtight and have its own like nuclear power and air filtration system, and still somehow a poisonous spider will get in your house and kill you. Like there's
Wow.
Australia's ridiculous.
I'm over exaggerating.
People in Australia are stupid.
No, like
Maybe we
that's
should
the
edit
thing.
that out.
No.
We'd probably have some.
That reminds
That
me
would
of
be
Reddit
implying
post
that we
one
have
time.
fans.
That reminds me of a Reddit post once someone posts is like, It's 3 in the morning. Australia, you're my only hope. I'm fucking a lot. I was like, really?
Why is that?
I was
Okay.
up late, or working. I was at work, and I was bored. It was almost 2 in the morning when I got off. And I went to Reddit, and someone
Got
posted
off.
a picture, like a motivational picture they made. And the title said, it's 3 in the morning here, Australia, my only hope.
Because they're the only ones that are gonna be up.
Yeah, it's like they're...
They'd be like the only people in the world that are
Oh,
awake.
wait for people. Okay, for
Yeah.
people to be online. We go
Right.
for human interaction.
Exactly.
I
So,
comprehend this.
so like, his only hope for to get it upvoted, so Australian votes.
I hate Reddit.
I've never really been on Reddit.
It depends.
I have an
See,
account. I just
that's-
haven't used it since I signed up.
That's what's nice. You don't even need an account, really. That's what's nice about Reddit is the subreddits. It always depends on like which one you're on. Like for instance, Chris, he goes on Cable, which is
He should be.
yeah, exactly. Which is some of them
Which is
can
kind of
actually be
interesting,
very informative. Like there's one that's literally it's a subreddit devoted to teaching you how to draw ponies. I'm not joking. That's the sub.
It's just I'm not interested enough in anything to do that. I mean, I'm kind of a lone wolf in that respect.
Well, I'm just saying, if there's anything you're in particular looking for, one thing to check might be Reddit.
Nah.
Whatever.
If it'll show up on the Google.
Well, yeah, a lot of a lot of subreddits will show up on Google searches, actually.
Then I might actually look at it.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't inherently hate it. I just kind of.
All I can say is this: Turnbull rants about how much.
So basically, 8-bit me.
Well, let me just put it this way. Turnbull rants about how much he hates it, yet he spends like a lot of time.
Dude, he's one of those freaking self-loathing internet people. I
Yeah.
hate that. It's like, oh, I love 4chan, but it's turned me into a shallow, hollow shell of a human being. I'm gonna go on it some more. I'm like, you
Yeah.
know, you should just get a life.
Well,
Just no.
hey, that's not fair because Turnbull probably isn't.
No, I'm just saying it's like people who freaking like it's like.
I know what you're saying, but
I don't
it's
get
kind of- it's
4chan.
like it's kind of a satire or sarcasm.
There's a such thing as self-denigration, and then there's just like, I'm the worst person, but I don't know.
But I'm okay.
And then they're like, no, it's not okay. Don't encourage me. What if you can change something about yourself?
I don't.
I hate to be a prude, but I'm a prude.
Well, no,
I don't
it's like-
get fucking
Well, no,
the
like
4chan and all that shit. I don't get
I
it.
You
don't know
get it
how
more
long.
than me.
I know what you're talking about, but
I never
to be
go
fair,
to it.
You can't exactly, and I'm not going to say this,
Well, he doesn't fit any kind of mold.
but the only thing that's like constant.
Yeah, he does. He fits the Turnbull mold.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, the only thing that's constant about Chris is that he says the only thing in life that makes him happy is cats. And since he's got a cat, he's been a lot happier, and he stops talking about killing himself. Since he has gotten that cat, he has not said, well, I might kill myself.
Too bad it's not.
I'm sorry, not everyone's a dog person, not everyone's a cat person. And you know what? I'm really happy because it's actually a really sweet cat. It was a rescue, so it's really skittish. Honestly, it should be named Fluttershy, not Bandy, but
Band-Aid?
Bandy. His nickname
You're a snake named Fluttershy, though.
yeah, his nickname for his
I
she's really
don't even like the cat.
shy
That's
and
adorable.
small. But she's a Bengal, and the thing is, like, there's very few cats that don't have I don't have allergies to, and one of them is a Bengal. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Yeah, because I got a bit of a cat allergy. My parents'
She's
dog
sweet.
nipped me on the lip somehow this evening, and I get it swole up like a little acorn.
But yeah, it's probably because of dog bacteria. I remember the one time Kiva was licking all over Chris's hands, and I think it happened with you too. Actually,
This is
She just got
Cyberchamp's
mad.
husky. Well,
Well,
but-
not my
but yours.
husky. That was husky saying.
Kiva was my man. She was a little dude, still.
To be fair, really.
Sorry, I just
Oh no! Kiva should not have been. We were watching after, but you need space for a dog like that. You can't
Yeah.
can't take a Siberian Husky to Japan, New Jersey. I'm not joking. He was in New Jersey.
Japan. You ever notice that New Jersey was roughly the same?
Yeah, but like, he needs a big yard to run around in. And it's like,
You
yeah,
didn't
I
have it where you
understand
live.
why you got a dog, but why? Why did you get a husky?
Should have gotten a Shiba.
And she
Big
plans on,
Shiba.
and she plans on I think she plans on staying in the military as long as possible. And it's like,
I got a Shiba.
bad for that dog. That dog needs to run around. Like if one of us was home,
Who's outside? There's a world.
like,
Shut
if
up,
I
Andrew.
Like if I had to go to the bathroom, if I hadn't like put him in his cage before I went to the bathroom, he would have ate his way through the door just to get to me, just to be like, give me attention. Let's do stuff. I mean, yeah, he's adorable, but it's like, I swear to God, like taking care of a human child is something than taking care of a husky.
Wow.
I'm not even joking.
We live with a human child. I doubt it.
Well, mostly.
No, that was
We live with Satan's child.
No, that's not fair. Paul is not Satan. He may be from hell, but he's not Satan.
Paul's okay.
You're right. That's an insult to Satan's actual child. Sorry, little Nicky.
But there,
You're cool, Nicky. The kid ain't.
I don't say this in necessarily a bad way, but there's something special about Sebastian. Let's just
We used
leave
to
it at
live.
that.
He burned our house.
He burned the
My
house down.
boss, my supervisor refers to him as this. Like, so you hear from Paul and Damien lately? I'm like, yeah. The kid's actually starting to become intelligent, kind of.
They kind of have to get to the age 6 with any type of information. Really.
He's getting to the point where he can actually tell me about, like, tell me stories and stuff.
So he doesn't stumble over his words
He
as
could
much.
do that. He could do that before, but he'd ramble a lot, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I see. My dad got me a pool, and I want to swim in the river, but you gotta be big, like Uncle Nate, and you gotta be big. You gotta be 5. I'm 4. I'm Sebastian Mossa." And that used to be like a conversation with
I just-
Sebastian.
You need to have like a wrap it up button at all times.
I just imagine Sebastian growing up to be Joey Wheeler
Who's that?
from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah.
I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh!
You should watch Yu-Gi-Oh!
I know Bandit Keith.
No, this seriously how like Japanese.
American is the only language I speak
It's like
in
how
America.
It's like how Japanese see us. Like in Dead or Alive, like the 2 American characters. That's seriously like what they were like. The one American guy, he's oh my god, he's blonde. He wears an American flag with a handkerchief, like on his head. Yeah. He's basically American. He's Bandit Keith, basically. It's insane. This is how the Japanese view us.
And
That's like-
Captain Gordon in Godzilla Final Wars.
Kevin Gordon's the man.
Imagine if we made a
He
cartoon.
was actually a professional wrestler, I think, at one point.
Could you guys imagine if we made a cartoon where there was a Japanese character and the other characters were constantly stopping him from committing seppuku? Like, seriously, how racist would that be?
So you mean Sayonara, Mr. Despair?
And he never,
That's an excellent.
he always
You
has a
Wait, really?
You just described So Long, Mr.
Are
Despair.
you serious? I didn't know.
It's actually it's a comedy, but it's about a suicidal high school teacher.
Does he go everywhere with a katana? And
Well, you
does
don't
he
need
wear
a
a
katana
headband
in
that's
this.
made out of the flag from Japan, Japanese flag?
No, but he should.
Does he
don't
say
know
Japanese
that
is the
from.
only Japanese language I speak in Japan? Does he say that?
Yes.
Good.
Anyway.
Death Note.
Anyway, Death Note. That will never do that.
I don't know anything about Death Note either.
I've got to show you a trailer.
I know
When
that's
we're
actually
done
a
here.
person.
I still don't know anything about Death Note.
I was not, that's how I know what happened was like I was like I had woken up and I wasn't actually awake, I was sleepwalking.
we were getting ready to go film for the Ultimate,
Yeah.
and he sleepwalks out of his room. Sean comes and lets. No, it wasn't you,
Sean!
It was your mom.
Sean!
Let me in.
Sean!
It's like Sean was still in his room, and you sleepwalk out of your room, and you're like, oh, hey. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, he just rolled out of bed. Now we gotta wait for him to shower and stuff. And he goes, oh, hey, Alex. And it was the morning after I had given you the script for the movie. And this movie that called The Ultimate, it sucks. Anyway, I love this one.
Story.
He wanders out of his bedroom and goes, he stands in the hallway. Sorry, I just woke up and I don't know what's going on. Death Note, it's this anime about this guy who has like the book of death, and basically he can write and dictate about how people die. So he basically has the keys to death in this like notebook, and the Bureau of Investigation is like out to get him, but they don't know who he is. They just know like his tactics and hey, I'm gonna go take a shower now. And he just disappears into the bathroom. And then Sean walks out of his bedroom, and I was like, was Tim up all night watching this Death Note of which he speaks? And Sean's like, no, I think he was up all night reading your script. And I was like, well, what the hell was that about? He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I literally, the first memory
Later on that day
was in the bathroom. I walked out of the bathroom, like, I did not know Alex. I was like, hey.
Later on that day, I was like, so Tim, you talked my ear off about Death Note for half an hour this morning when we woke up. I was like, I did?
Yeah, I have no memory of this. And this isn't the first time like this has happened. Like my mom, like it's not as bad as Sean. It's typically when I'm woken up that I'll sleep talk. Sean will actually get up and do stuff, but no. Like my mom has done that for me, like come to wake me up for school, and like I'll wake up. Like she said the one time, you gotta throw it in the fire, put it back in the kiln. It's not hard enough yet. And she was like, "What are you like?" She's like, "What are you talking about?" Like I was just like. And I remember actually
and then Alex was like, hard.
I actually remember this instance. It wasn't the only time, but I remember it because, like, I was waking up as I was speaking first, and all of a sudden I was just like, did I just say a bunch of weird, random stuff? And she goes, yes, are you finally back to reality, Tim? And, I think so.
Wow. It's cheap.
Yeah, I'm good.
You may. I just remember.
Hey.
I just remember being like 4 and having this really weird. I perceived it as a nightmare, but in retrospect, it wasn't scary at all. It was just a really retarded dream, and I actually woke up in the third person. But I think that was just my 4-year-old self imagining myself being like. I used to think everything was like. I used to think, like, if I tricked someone, I was supposed to look to the left and wink. But I woke up from the dream, like, it's okay, Alex, what are you talking about? And my memory of that morning was from the point of view of hovering over my mom's head as she was, like, waking me up. Like, so I woke up in the third person, basically.
That sounds like, not an out-of-body experience. You know, they tend to say that, like, stuff like that, like the astral, like traveling in the astral plane, etc.
You said astral.
It doesn't even make sense.
Ass.
Anyway,
We don't need TV to entertain us.
They say that stuff tends to happen, especially when you're younger.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you might have actually had, like, people talk about that. Some people have frequently, like, out-of-body experiences when they're sleeping. Sounds like that may be what you had there.
I think it was just the way I imagined it. Because I used to have, like, false memories and stuff.
I had always these weirdest dreams, and I don't know
For some reason, it had to have been a false memory about the first time I drank milk. Because I remember sitting at the kitchen table and just, like, freaking out because I was like, I don't want to drink it, it looks gross. And I was like, just drink it. And I was like, I don't want to drink it, I don't want it.
Okay, button mash.
Yeah. And then go, it just tastes like water. And my mom's like, yeah, see, it's not bad. And then later on, I was like, "Hey, Mom, I remember the first time I drank milk," and I was about to tell that story. She's like, "You would have been about 18 months old," or it was like, "You would have been about like 9 months old." And I was like, "Oh, well, then I couldn't have said that it just tasted like water." I don't know, but for some reason, I remember that scenario. Like this enlightened look on my face. It just tastes like water.
I mean, the thing about dreams, like, which is weird, is a lot of people are different when it comes to dreams. All my dreams are always different, except for I had only one reoccurring dream, and it happened frequently, especially when I was young. And it doesn't really happen that much anymore, but I've had it, like, every couple of years I'll have it again. I'm at my grandmother's place, and I'm in the upstairs section, which they actually hardly use, the second floor of the house, and the stairs to the downstairs, you look down there, it's just an absolute foreboding sense of evil down there. Like, in the dreams, like, a couple of times I tried taking one step and it was horrible, and someone would always pull me away, and, like, so, like, the concept in my dream was, like, my grandparents were, like, the guardian of, like, this evil place. Like, it was the stairs to the downstairs section. In reality, I had, even despite the dreams, I had no foreboding sense of, like, going downstairs, because that's usually where they were. And it was, there was nothing scary about their house at all. Like, I never got the sense of, like, the house was haunted or anything like that, especially since they built the place. It wasn't like an old house or anything. But the same dream would always happen where I would see it, and immediately look, and you would sense absolute, like, evil is down there. And, like, it was weird. And it's still, like, every couple of years, even as an adult now, I'll have that dream. And it's the weirdest thing. It's like, what happened? Like, did something happen mentally to me as I was young that I can't remember? Was causing this? Or is it just some random
traumatic memory of the dream itself? Because, like,
Doesn't
I have weird, like, random nightmares from when I was, like, 5 that I still remember for some reason.
My brother had one that had him screaming that involved, for some reason our dad was Batman. It had to deal with the Joker was, like, trying to, like, stab him. Like, that he really, like, woke up screaming and flailing.
Wow.
Like, it was weird because, like, he never had, like, nightmares like that. My brother was usually...
Doesn't Schaefer fucking have reoccurring dreams like that?
I don't know.
I thought you said you or someone else had said that he does, like, have some kind of reoccurring dream where something horrible is about to happen to him, and then he believes it, and then he's, like, convinced that he's gonna go into the hospital or disappear for a while or something.
Schaefer believes that when he's conscious, so that's very possible. But,
I have, like, 3 general reoccurring dreams, but they're not really scary. They're just... 2 of them are frustrating and 1 of them is awesome. Well, actually, they're all frustrating. One of them is that I'm trying to get to work and, like, I'm really, really late, and one thing keeps happening over and over again, or one thing after another keeps happening that distracts me from getting to work, and it's like, okay, I have to go home, I have to get this, and I finally have to go to work. And then, like, next thing I know, I'm at, like, a garden party with, like, my mom and my aunt, and I'm, like, eating cocktail weenies, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I'm late for work! And then I go and I get distracted by something else, and then something else is going on. And the other one is,
This sounds like it would have been inspired by trying to get John to go to work when he lived with us.
Freaking John. Hey, Alex, come in and have some coffee. John, we're late! I know, we're already late. That means it won't matter if we're later. You know what? You can walk!
Yeah, that was it.
wait, I'm confused. Was this the dream, or this?
No, this actually happened. He's just describing, like, things getting in the way, and things always got in the way when he tried to take John to work, and that's why that reminded me of that.
But the other thing was, the other one was we'd be just about to go on, like, this really epic camping trip with either my friends or my family or both, and it would start getting, like, really, really cold, be like, okay, if we go there, we still have at least time enough to set up a tent and start a fire and just relax a little bit. But like things keep coming up, and then it's like we're finally like on our way. And I'm like, all right, nothing's gonna stop us now. We're doing this. And then I wake up.
I wonder if that might have been inspired. Like, you were telling me once that your family and you were going to go on some kind of vacation, and like you were really pumped up for it. I wonder if that inspired that dream.
I think I might have had that before that, but could have. Yeah, my parents. I love going away places, even if it's somewhere that's not particularly interesting. I just like going to places because I always find my home to be boring. So this one time, we have friends of the family who live in Virginia. Virginia! And we were gonna go.
Didn't invite me to his birthday party. Freeze a popular monster.
Oh yeah. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So like,
He just reminded me of that because he kept calling him Virginia.
yeah. So this is like, no, this is a real story. So like, my parents were going to. It was like this thing like, I bet that's your brother calling you. I hear Tim's ringtone.
No, it's not. It's Zoe. This might actually be important.
Go ahead.
Like recording systems. Okay. So, Alex. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, I think I need to go here.
So that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
He literally bought like the parts to build a server, and he first he was trying to get to work with Ubuntu, but Java apparently was like, no! So he put back on.
That's a good Java voice.
Yeah. So he put on Windows 7, and he tried to run it, and it just said, no! Basically. Windows 7 does not recognize this as an executable program.
In Fort Kick-Ass.
Yeah. So he was just like, what? So
That's like when I tried to give Billy a copy of Minecraft. And I was like, hey Billy, I just bought you a copy of Minecraft. And his exact words were, oh, tits! And then he's like, he sent me like, and he's like, okay, so apparently I downloaded a blank screen. And I was like, what? And he's like, hang on, I have to reinstall Java or something. I have to update Java or something. And he did that and it still didn't work. So that was pretty much the end of it. And then Dean died.
And then Dean was supposedly came back to life, and then I kicked Schaefer because it wasn't true.
I had this friend who died. He was an idiot.
And then he died.
And And
End of story. No.
Tim messages me and goes, and then Dean didn't die. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, we think that Dean faked his own death to get away from Rob Linder. Are you freaking kidding? No! I read his obituary. I sent flowers to his funeral. I gave my condolences to his mother. Dean died. It's like, oh wait, it's his father who has the same name and lives in Baltimore.
Fucking Schaefer, he had me convinced. I'm like, wait, what? No. Like Schaefer went on this rant about how he had proof that it was really him. That he had a white kid.
The flag went up when you said he was from Baltimore. I mean, I almost kind of believed you when he said he was from Baltimore because I was like, how many Dean DeVores are there from Baltimore?
Right.
And then Dean died.
And then Dean died.
Baltimore is full of really big ass black ladies.
Mm-hmm. Baltimore's pretty cool.
Wait, do you remember that when we were trying to get through the traffic and there's like really big buff black guy walking with two black women, of course, and he just like has his arms around both. And, like,
I don't remember that. That's hilarious.
But one of them, like they both had like big booties, but the one was just like ginormous ass. And it's like, I swear, like every bit of fat that went into their bodies went straight to their ass and nowhere else. And he literally just went, whoop, bam, 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 like slapped her like 3 times on the ass, and then started rubbing like insanely, like it was waxing the car. And I just remember, because we could all see and hear the slaps too. I just remember Megan Brady, who was tripping on shrooms, just started going.
Oh gosh.
She just started going like this. And she just started laughing hysterically about it.
Oh man, that was a good
And when
night.
no one said anything because we all saw it, and so I started giggling. Steve
That
started
was-
giggling.
That was the night that we were supposed to hang out with Ian, and Ian's like, we're like, what are you doing, Ian?
I'm in
Like,
Shippensburg.
No, before that, he was like, oh, I'm going to Shippensburg tonight. And we're like, cool. You want to like make a road trip out to Shippensburg? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I start texting him like all afternoon. He doesn't get back to me. At like 6 o'clock in the evening, he finally returns my messages. He's like, hey, I'm in Shippensburg. And I was like, go screw yourself. So like, he got in my car.
And
I
drove
love-
to
And we
Baltimore.
just started driving until we ended up in Inner Harbor, Baltimore. And I was like, hey guys, let's go get some drinks. So we went to like this like overpriced like Bayside bar.
And I ordered Negro Modelo and had you try it.
Yeah. And you got the or I remember I got.
I think I got October.
I got an October. One of us got it.
I did. I know I did.
And they were in those crazy like twisty glasses.
Yeah. And I
You
was
were
at first.
high.
I was just like, I picked it up and I was like, I was seriously like, I'm like trying to like whenever I've ever been under any like drug induced influence, like
Drug-induced influence.
yes, when I start to think I've seen something, okay, let me examine this logically. I try to like focus as best I can past. Like a lot of people just like to lose themselves to the high. I don't. I enjoy it, but I try to still stay logical and sane. So I was just like, this glass, is it actually twisted? Because it was like square and
It
then
was a square
twisted.
glass, but it was like twisted.
And I was like, is this actually
Like
twisted or am I imagining it? So I actually like took it from both sides and like up the edges and I rubbed it up the edges and like felt twisted, but I was like, I'm still not sure I trust my senses. So I leaned over to Alex and Alex, this glass, is it twisted? I'm not sure. And it's just like, and I realized as I said, I'm like, oh my god, I sound so high. And you were like, yes,
That's
yes,
the
you.
only time
Yeah,
you sound
twisted.
high the whole night.
But like the glass was just, it was so subtle. I feel like even if I was sober, I would have still been like, is this twisted? Like even if I was sober. So
I think imagine if you took a number 2 pencil and just twisted it like 45. I mean, that's what these beer glasses were.
I don't know why. What really sucked about that is because the first time I ever took type of mushroom, it was a great experience. The second time, on the way back from Baltimore, like you don't want to be in the city on mushrooms because your environment heavily influences like your state of mind.
Mhm.
And worse yet, like I have some big anxiety about being on a highway at night. I don't know why.
I actually find it extremely soothing.
But well, it's when there's a lot of people around and you're going at a high speed. When we were going at high speed, so it was really crowded, and it was like, because I was high, it was putting me in a bad place. Like remember the time that like, well, it was similar. You said you like saw Oblivion.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Like it was
Good
kind of like that, except the opposite. I was like in chaos, and I'm just thinking about like, I was like, my mind was trying to go along the lines of everything's chaos. Humanity is
the world.
humanity is screwed, etc. Yeah, like that kind of state of mind. And I was literally like, no, I need to stay focused. I need to will myself into a calm state. And I was trying to
Better
think
man
of,
than I am.
and I was trying to think of like trying to motivate myself, and I literally thought, be Bruce Wayne, be Batman. No, there were seriously episodes where like he was under like psychotropic effects from like his enemies or whatever.
Probably
He's
Scarecrow.
literally- Exactly, and he's willed himself into trying to stay logical and sane.
It's
And
awesome.
so I did the same thing. I'm like, just be Bruce Wayne. So there I was in the back seat. Even though my mind was trying to freak out, I was just sitting there, just like, yep.
I had
Right.
no idea.
Exactly. And so when we got back, it was like, finally, it was like, good back to Alex's place, calm, quiet. I can ride off the rest of this nicely, smoothly,
Oh, no.
finish with a nice state of mind. But then I walk up and my scooter was stolen.
Oh,
Ended up,
jeez.
it turned, like, it
You
was,
got it back, and then you sold it
Yeah.
to Alex, and Alex left it at
Which,
the burnt place.
by the way, I don't think I ever transferred the title to you, so I could get in trouble because of that.
Ooh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. So we need to deal with that sometime. Do you know what actually happened to it?
I have no idea. I still have my old landlord's address or phone number.
I mean, how?
If that helps.
You said it was
They
in
haven't-
pieces.
nothing
How in
has
pieces
happened.
was it?
It was still intact. It's just all the paneling had been removed.
Okay. You think it was probably sent to a scrapyard?
Probably. I mean, they got to get stuff out of there. No, I took it and I wheeled it out into the back, like by the trap where the trash was.
Okay. I mean, do you
Which
think
I
there's any way
regret.
you could get a hold of him and ask him what happened to it? If he knows.
Yeah, I could ask him.
Okay, if not, if he doesn't know, it's probably just not.
Did this Chinese
Yeah.
knockoff Vespa. It was really cool for a while, but then it started developing problems.
Well, because it was stolen and they literally abused the hell out of it, especially the engine.
Not too, but didn't it suck anyways? Like vicious cycles kept giving you the runaround and
Well,
like repair jobs and stuff.
Well, the repair jobs came after it was stolen.
Oh.
But no, it was not that good of a screw, but it was, like, let me put it this way. It was great on mileage, it got me where I needed to go. Thing is though, probably paid too much for it, and I still technically have debt, because it was a credit line, not like a loan that I paid
And,
for. And unfortunately, you hit hard times, etc. You gotta take out on your credit, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, I still have the debt from it, but in the sense, not really.
And then you had Timmy Carr. Now you don't have Timmy Carr anymore because
Timmy Carr
Oh.
still lives.
Well, it's
Turnbull has
Turnbull,
Timmy Carr,
which he's gonna
It's
fix
different.
up.
and now you have Timmy Carr too.
I think he plans.
him.
I think he plans on adding a turbo.
I'd like to see him just renovate it. I mean, just
He plans on the outside looking exactly the same.
I
Because
in
he
all
wants-
honesty,
he
knowing
wants-
football, I can see him doing absolutely nothing to it and just like being like, yeah, I want to do something to it.
he already spent money on buying it from me, and he's already spec'd out the parts and everything he would need to do it.
This is
And
a
his dad-
1995. This
And
is
his
a
dad
19
is a retired mechanic who's going to be living next door,
Yes.
so it's definitely going to happen.
Okay. This is a 1995 Honda Accord that my dad bought used and then made my
Honda Accord.
Honda Accord, Honad Acron. And my dad made officially my unofficial vehicle all the way through college, my senior year in high school, and pretty much all the way through college. Once I moved out, he transferred the title to me. After about a year and a half, I sold it to Tim here for a chicken sandwich, no joke. And I love that car.
Timmy Carr smells like an all.
Yeah, but
Fucked it for a while.
well, yeah, Chris is going to work on the inside, but
We
I
got
mean,
it.
well, yeah, we're about
Yeah.
like 8 minutes away anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so we won't go too much longer.
but he plans on basically working at first on the engine, etc. He's gonna make it kick ass, and then pardon me, down the line he's gonna work on the interior. But he says he plans on leaving the exterior exactly how it is, looking like a
rigging-
beat up.
And
piece of
rigging the
crap.
sound system so it only plays ska.
I don't know if he's still gonna do
Because
that,
when I was in college, that's all I listened to was like English ska.
I don't know if he's still gonna do that, but
No, that was just something
yeah,
to throw out
he
there.
wants to.
He should put an 8-track.
He wants it to be a sleeper, so he's going to leave the exterior. And honestly, it's amazing that tape deck still works.
Well, tape decks last a while.
Not really. Like, I was looking it up. They tend to, especially with heat and the kind of heat we get here in the summer, they tend
So
not
not
to,
real heat.
They tend not to last more than a decade.
Wow.
So the fact that
It's almost 20 years old.
yeah, it's like 18 years old, right?
Yeah, about
Well, no, if it's a 95 model year, that means it was made in 94.
Right.
So 19. It's a 19-year-old
It's
car.
almost 2 decades old. So the fact, and that's the stock tape player too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It says clean, but it always plays. The tape player on my car, it only plays for a few seconds before it ejects.
I want this.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Joystick just found a T-shirt here that says, "The difference between pizza and your opinion is that I asked for pizza."
I want that shirt.
That's
awesome.
good.
So, shall we wrap it up?
Sure.
Penis.
Yes. You know how I know, can prove that we're live? Yes.
Good talk.
I thought that was the end of Cleve, actually. But,
Nope.
Considering that nothing I say at this point matters, following people are gay.
oh, real quick, speaking of The Simpsons. Okay, so this was at work. This before me, this customer spoke to 3 different technicians, the third of which decided to dispatch the technician out for it. And their issue, of course, they couldn't get along with multiple devices, right? So they brought to me, it was all wireless. I changed the wireless channel they could service the device. They were gonna send out a technician. People were, like, agents were so retarded. It was one of the first things you were supposed to do for a wireless issue, and they didn't do. So I explained that, what happened in the group chat, and then right afterwards I went, that's the power. And everyone laughed as they got it.
That old
But anyway.
school canoe. That's a bad one. Jasper.
Oi, oi, oi.
Fucking
Come on
Jasper.
with me, Ziggy. Right.
Man show.
Like it.
Sorry, mention Simpsons to tell a story.
That's cool. It's all good. It's all good.
Man show.
That is
Man.
drive.
It's actually a woman talking to a man for
It's actually a lady. This has been another edition of Pricks.
I was about to say that, but I wasn't going to interrupt your man spiel.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. With me this week was Gameface. Everybody, people, Gameface.
Just for posterity. Okay.
Also with us this week was Slacker Chan. Say goodbye to everybody, Slacker Chan. I'll be damned if I remember what the name was after Slacker Chan.
Waffle off his best pony.
Also, yes.
Can I call you Spoon Man after the song?
What? I don't care anymore. I just care.
Spoon Man's a good song. And we will talk to you guys next week here on digital-delirium.com.
Bill Murray.
Bye, everybody.
$25 on my dresser, yes sir.